Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros, Jon and Nez, hanging out, Black and Yellow Dog app, platform of the people, Underdog Fantasy right here. Apologies if I messed up the start times and the things here. My quant behind the scenes here, Nez, is taking care of everything, my IT expert, making sure that we don't have two streams running at the exact same time right now, because I put up tomorrow's event too, because I was just excited, man. I'm excited. This is going to be a great time here. We got tons of hoops going on, and then we got opening day tomorrow. Just one game for opening day to worry about for tomorrow, but I hope the slate will be up for us to draft all of the Thursday stuff there. So tons of baseball upcoming, tons of end of Dinger season, and then hoops to go alongside it all.
Yeah, loaded slate. Excited for baseball. I'm a little annoyed that they do this like one game kick off the season thing.
Yeah, it's new.
Whatever. We can all sit and watch and draft this Thursday slate. But yeah, no, dude, I have one dinger left. That's it.
Wow, look at you, dude. I mean, the haters and losers. I mean, nobody ever doubted Nez, but I got 10 more in yesterday, Nez. So I'm doing work right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing work right now.
Dude, they're coming pretty easy right now. The things just kind of fall right into place. Lobbies are nice. You know, got the baseball fever, so it just like makes it easier.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, we talk about it so much, and I'll probably go on some fucking soliloquy tomorrow about opening day and how it makes me feel and stuff. But like, just like that little like sun hitting your cheeks, birds chirping, fresh cut grass, like opening day just truly does have a feel to it, man. Like people are really excited for football season because, you know, it's football, it's Smash Mouth, it's you've been drafting and you the games are so few and far between that it's like so bent up. But like opening day it's just different, man. Staggering everybody's opening day starts and it's good.
It is.
All the aces going. Oh, yeah. Oh man. Jeez. No, I don't think opening day is today, but I wish it was. Hey, what happened to keeping it positive? Aggers comes in here, keeping it positive today. First comment, Jon thinks opening day is today. Come on, man. Come on.
Challenge failed.
All right, Nez, we could talk a little bit about yesterday. We could talk about some we didn't hit on winners yesterday because Monday we just did the baseball show with Pete there, didn't talk any hoops yesterday, but yourself and the man in the chat here dropping off 10 Car Park had some nice wins over the weekend there. Shout out to you guys. So did our guy Mike Zakarian, had one over the weekend there as well, and then our guy J Sam last night from the Dog Bowl had one as well. So love to see it. Appreciate Car Park dropping off the 10 Badge Bros memberships here. I actually do have the Dirty Hands Clean Money on underneath right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I wear those like every day in my house. Shout out Car Park, even though he did knock me out of first. He never said sorry for that, but that's fine.
Car Park's on fire, baby. Yeah, you did tell me that night I did not have access to the leaderboard because I did not get any in. I was at a wedding that day, and you did tell me that it was on the back of a guy that we would never be caught drafting anyways, Nez.
No. I mean, I wasn't drafting him last night, and it cost me. That's for sure.
That is in reference to Ryan Rollins, man.
Ryan Rollins. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Ryan Rollins ruined that night. VJ ruined my night the other night, and then he ruined my night last night too. So yeah.
The last night was a score one for the models at the top end of the draft board, and then poo the models for the middle portion of the draft board. We'll take a look at J Sam's winner from last night right there, and yeah, you guys will get a sense of what I am referring to here. Your boy said I wasn't going to play that much, Nez. I got 100 in. That was some of my best volume in a long time there. I said I wasn't going to be playing much. I was going to be focused on dingers. And then I was like, man, I really like this slate and just got after it in a big way. Shout out to J Sam here at the top, though. This is what I meant by score one for the models. The models loved Wemby. They liked Wemby over Luka yesterday. Let me make this a little bit bigger for the people. They liked Wemby over Luka yesterday. Every model liked that. They liked it. They liked Sengun yesterday too. They liked it over the other Houston pieces. They did not like Josh Giddey for whatever reason. They did not like VJ Edgecombe. They did not like Ace Bailey. And then they liked Nah and basically any piece of Atlanta after Jalen Johnson got ruled out. So just a funny construction of team where it's like, you really had to be minding your combos. You couldn't just drag and drop and win the slate this time out.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I was really light Ace Bailey. I was really light Edgecombe. Had a lot of the top 3 there. And I had a lot of the Atlanta guys, specifically Dyson Daniels, who I think if you run that slate 100 times, I bet he scores 50 like 40% of the time against Memphis, and just didn't do anything last night. So that was a bummer. But yeah, shout out J-Sam, man. Sick team. I mean, sometimes you just got to ride the box scores, dude. And VJ, obviously had the usage on his side, but also been cooking. Bailey, same thing, been cooking. Just got to ride the hot hand sometimes.
Yeah, tough matchup for VJ, but he was going to have all the handling in the world because we're seeing a little bit of point Edgecombe right now. And then people speculated that maybe Campaign would come into the starting lineup there when Quentin Grimes got ruled out. That did not happen, and they ran with him. Barlow was available to play there, and they ran with VJ Edgecombe as kind of like lead handler there. So that's we could make sense of why these box scores have been popping in a big way because the role has distinctly changed.
Yeah, it was just a matchup for me. Like, okay, like Kings, Utah, Portland, like we get it, man. You're gonna go off, and then OKC, like man, this might be over before the game starts, and it kind of was, but VJ still managed to do his thing in a big way.
Nick Nurse still finding 40 minutes for VJ Edgecombe when the game's over at half.
Yep.
Is Ace Bailey the best player in the world? People are asking right now. I played a decent amount of the Utah stuff, but for whatever reason was a little bit light on the Ace Bailey. I definitely liked him, but I was taking the Atlanta guys over him because he had quite a high ADP. So yeah, man, Ace Bailey coming alive when it counts in the best ball playoffs here.
Yeah, this is a hell of a performance, man. If you got Ace Bailey, you got to feel good.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. We haven't talked about this on the show at all. Evan just saying that like it's hilarious that the NBA is gonna be adding 2 teams. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think this is like the most talented iteration of a basketball league we have ever seen. It's just the tanking problem and the back-to-backs and how many games are being played that is more the issue for like keeping guys healthy and that sort of thing. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. Like, I definitely think there's enough talent in the NBA. You see it all the time where these guys like on 10-day contracts or guys coming off the bench can put up like meaningful, usable scores. Now, I don't think they can be necessarily contending teams if they were all made out of like, if a team was completely made out of Usman Dangs and 10-day guys, but that being said, there's so much talent in this league that, doesn't get to shine because it's just sitting as depth on benches. Like, look at Cason Wallace at the start of the year, right? Look at AJ Mitchell at the start of the year, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I think, I get it, as far as like Evan's comment, like they want to add 2 teams and look how many bad teams there are. Like, obviously there's circumstances there. There's a lot of talent in the NBA. And I think that honestly, it would show in these, with these expansion teams. Let's get some role players and some hooping rules and see what happens. Like I'm here for it. And I don't know if it would change the back-to-backs, if it would decrease the number of back-to-backs if you add 2 teams to the scheduling. Maybe not. Maybe it does. Maybe not. But Adam, I'm for it. I'm for it. I don't know. Maybe I'm too fantasy pilled.
Sure.
I see too many guys come through and like be good whenever they step up. But like, I do think that it's a really talented league at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. This one hurt me as well. North Jordan talking about, actually shout out North Jordan, had a win last week or the week before that. This BI late scratch out of nowhere, RKO, man, Randy Orton fucking completely out of nowhere that this one came down the pipeline. He was one of my highest owned too. I really liked the spot for him there. That was unfortunate. Car Park saying like evening up the lotto odds so all teams get the same lotto odds fixes the tanking a little bit there. I mean, that seems like a pretty logical and easy suggestion. I'm not sure owners would be on board for it when they vote on it or something like that, but I don't necessarily know what a better suggestion would be, but that seems pretty astute.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You gotta reward, not reward, but you gotta let these bad teams have a chance to be good. Yeah, I heard the one thing that I liked is like you lock the odds after like 60 games or so.
Okay. Sure.
And then from there, it doesn't matter. I think that would be better for the product.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, I hadn't heard that one. Yeah, NBA is wild, man. Yeah, the Tamani Kamara 9 threes last night. Blazers Kling Kong, man, with 7 blocks there. Looked like he was on pace to break the slate. My best team here. I had too much Tyler Hero last night, which the models did not agree with, and I was just kind of jamming. But I liked the Dennis Jenkins stuff. A little Pascal Siakam had a nice one there, but this Klingon stuff, man. 44 fantasy points, 7 blocks, dude. Only 24 minutes, even without Time Lord there, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I had a lot of Klingon. I had a lot of Ingram too, which really sucked.
Yeah, that was.
Because then I ended up with a lot of Najee Marshall.
Oh, okay, that's who you went to. Yeah, I think I went to Zinger.
Yeah, I was between the both, and I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I actually put Usman Zhang up there like pretty high too.
There you go.
Yeah. Shout out to the Astro camp here. Shout out to JT McKenzie's up here as well. Fully Loaded, who's always hanging out up here. The Busters boys. J Sam with multiples to prove it's not a fluke. Jay Shadow, what's up? Or Zay Shadow, what's good? And then in the pick and roll streets, Bud Taylor up here did not need some of those monster scores as long as you had Sengun mixed in there. You could kind of get away with some middling ones and get away with a J-Dub in there. Surprising that this was the winner in a small field contest. Only 284. Wow. Really speaks volumes to the evening there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there were some monsters in the main, man. I knew I had no chance.
Yeah, those are some big time wagons there. Tap in on the exposures for half second. A lot of RJ Barrett, so maybe the BI stuff was good for me. Who would have known? But yeah, same as you, Nez. Dyson Daniels and Onyeka, and then obviously this Kristaps was a swap off of the BI, so I had a really big BI bag there. I was in on Kawhi playing basketball, liked Cooper Flag. I got really in on the Scotty stuff, just liked Toronto in general, and then just didn't have enough Sengun because I was mixing and matching the guys and ended up with only 13%. So he was really the tail of the tape last night.
Yep. Yeah. I feel really good about how I played, even though I didn't win money with those matchups and everything on the slate. I probably would have done it the same way again. It was basically like, if I don't have Jalen Johnson, I'm jamming Hawks, and I was jamming Raptors, and yeah, it is what it is.
Yep, we turned the page. We got a new slate today. Only 4 games today. Monster slate tomorrow. So we'll mix and match primarily baseball stuff tomorrow, but it'll all be hinging upon when the opening day contest gets dropped in tandem with Dinger fill rates. So tomorrow might be some Dinger based stuffs. Tomorrow might be opening day stuff, and then we'll like have a little sprinkle of hoops, but primarily baseball focused tomorrow there. Nez, just kind of macro lay of the land for the people here. We have one team on a back-to-back tonight. That is the Orlando Magic, who are very forthcoming with their injury report and have already ruled out Jalen Suggs, so we don't have to do that speculation. Only 4 games in this one. That Phoenix-Denver game, really important for Western Conference seeding, where Phoenix tries to stay out of that play-in tournament, but also they have a chance to kind of push up to those upper echelon teams. So they're only like 4 games back in the win column. So this is a 2-game swing for them. So definitely where like real life basketball eyes will be focused tonight will be on Orlando and Cleveland and on Denver and Phoenix. And then we'll talk about the fantasy implications of the rest of the stuff there. Sacramento is just missing all the bodies in the world. So they only have 8 available tonight. But back end back-to-back is Orlando, and then front end back-to-back are Cleveland and the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets hosting Dallas tomorrow and Cleveland hosting Miami tomorrow. What are your macros on the slate, my friend?
Yeah, this isn't necessarily a pretty slate. 4 games, so 6-person drafts, very thin slate, especially toward the end. Not a lot of strong counters to Nikola Jokic, so that has a vibe. And then yeah, like just loving the Kings, hoping the Kings are the answer against a really tough Charlotte opponent, but kind of feels like the move right now in terms of minutes and usage. Anytime you're on the clock, I always reference like feeling like there's a clear pick like at every round, and to me, most of the time, it's a Sacramento King for
Okay,
the
cool.
most part. So
Yeah, I mean we've talked about it at nauseum with Memphis and with Utah and some of these teams where it's like as soon as they get shorthanded, it's like, what do you like about this guy? I don't know, man. 37 minutes. Like it's just
yeah,
like that's the answer to the test some nights, especially when you're dealing with like these football size spreads, and that game has a football size spread. There's another double digit on the slate. There's another 9-pointer on the slate. All of the game totals are very, very similar. They're all between 231 and 229. And then the totals, big spreads and then some smaller spread in that last competitive game there. But at least I know the minutes are safe. I don't have to speculate on, who's going to get garbage burn and stuff like that in these other matchups. The Kings, I can just be like, oh yeah, man, like there's only 8 dudes, and DeRozan's probably the first guy to get cut because he's the oldest. Cardwell has been on a restriction. Oh, now all of a sudden we have 6 dudes, that could play monster minutes.
yeah. Who knows? I mean, Cardwell. I'm not saying we should draft him. They've also been running the Maxime and Precious stuff quite a bit. So I don't. Maybe it's a restriction. Maybe it's just like trouble finding minutes for him. Kind of like him in the pick'em lobbies today.
Okay, cool. Respect that. We got some more people rolling through. What up, Shaded? What up, Gumby? No, not Gumby. It's Brian. Oh, apologies to the good one. Oh GM. My goodness. And I love this, man. I had to hit on this. Tyler just saying that like Noki Bryan jersey today. If I had one of those, I'd wear it every day. That is so good. That is the if I had 150, I'd win 2 of my generation when it comes to jersey wearing.
He might like Key Bryan more than me, actually.
Nobody could ever love a man who pounds the ball into the ground more than you, Nez.
That's right.
All right, dude. Let's do a little bit of game by game here and break it all down as we go. Beautiful unabated interface here. That first game, right into it here. Sacramento Kings and the Charlotte Hornets. 17.5-point favorites for the Hornets. It is in what we would consider an island game in terms of no back-to-back on either side for the Hornets, which is bullish for our LaMelo minutes conversations. That being said, man, unabated line, 18-point favorites here. Second highest total on the slate, though, with this 231.5 injury report. Let me get the most recent one here in case anything has changed in the last half an hour. Injury report is as follows. We'll start with the Hornets side because it's much cleaner. No Salon this evening with an illness. With a left calf. Con Knipple has a probable tag with lower back soreness. And then a questionable tag on Pat Connaughton with an illness. And then the G Leaguers are listed out. Now where it gets crazy is on the Kings side. No Precious Achiuwa, no Neat Clifford, no Killian Hayes, and then no Keegan Murray, no Russell Westbrook. And then obviously none of the guys who are out for like the remainder of the year, the Sabonis, the Eubanks, etc., right? The Zach LaVine, that kind of thing. And then Plowden has been listed available here. So by my count and the unabated Discord count, the Kings only have 8 available bodies this evening. They could sign somebody to a 10-day or something like that as the day goes on. But as of right now, we are talking about a crazy condensed team here.
Yeah. That's really the story of the day. And I'm drafting a ton of these Kings, dude. Just simply put, just to give you an idea here, I will let you know I've done 80 main drafts, and I'll explain why I've done 80 and how I've gotten there so quickly. 40% DeRozan, 35% Devin Carter, 20% Reynaud, 20% Malik Monk, 16% Plowden. Like just going in on these guys and seeing what happens.
Love it. Well done.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just, on a slate like this, 4 games, like these guys pretty much at every, they're available at different rounds of the draft, and they were just like some of the, easily projectable picks. There's volatility, obviously throughout the draft, but I like these guys.
Cool. Yeah, I respect it, dude. One thing that I was thinking about this morning is guys who are going to get cut for garbage and most likely to get cut for garbage. And if you do play like the blowout Hornets angle of it, that you should actually kind of be soft fading these first 2 in Monk and DeRozan and working your way down to like the Patrick Baldwin Jr., the Plowden, maybe some Dylan Cardwell, maybe even some Doug McDermott down here, be like the blowout run guys. So it's actually weird that in the inverse order of their ADPs, I actually find the safest minutes, given what the spread is, to be some of these lower options. So I was doing a lot of Devin Carter, and I was actually doing a lot of Plowden and some Patrick Baldwin in the last round there.
Damn, you might be the only one. I mean, I'm doing Plowden, but like I'm not doing Patrick Baldwin today, I don't think.
No? Look at this, baby.
There.
22 fantasy points in 16 minutes when they had 11 bodies. What if he's just got to play when you got 8?
Perhaps.
Who is your favorite, man? Underdog had a nice Maxime Renault tweet the other day, and I put like, something tongue in cheek below it. And you wouldn't believe how many fucking normie bros just come out and they're like, fuck you, man. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. You don't get it, man. Like,
welcome to the internet.
I've forgotten more NBA than you've watched this year, bro. Like, chill out.
Welcome to the internet.
It's crazy, man. I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't fathom picking up my phone and like reading a comment to a stranger and just being like, fuck you, bro. What's up with this shit? Like, what? Like, what's going through that individual's mind?
Man. That's what the internet's all about.
It's crazy, truly. Man. Oh, man. Oh, shit. So good. What else we like in here if we had to rank this stuff out? Like the Renault matchup, like the minutes have been safest. You talked about the double big lineup there that they've been running with Precious, and maybe they just, go ahead and put Cardwell alongside him and stuff instead of doing like the backup 5 run tethered to him. Minutes have been really strong. He's been playing very, very well. He's been very efficient. Yeah, it's the toughest matchup in my estimation of like, just if I was pinpointing what the toughest matchup in this game is, it's Renault versus Diabates for sure. Yet his ADP is the highest and the minutes seem the safest. So how are you balancing that for yourself?
I mean, I'm taking a good bit of Maxime. I mean, minutes are good. A little bit of a tough spot, but just in terms of projection and pick'ems too, kind of backing up that maybe the floor is not so great, but I'm trying to not get too overweight with him with Joker. Like I'm tracking my Joker combos pretty heavy, and I pretty much only get them with Joker. Well, because I'm only drafting Joker teams, but yeah, I don't know. I'm taking a shot on him, man. Like I just think the minutes are going to be there for him. So I don't know. Like there's not a whole lot else to necessarily say on that. Like the Kings are shorthanded, and I like Maxime today.
Sure. Yeah. I did about 10 of them this morning. You and I were chatting for a half second about it there. And I didn't get any Joker teams in my first 10, but I was tracking everybody else's Joker teams. And there are some stark tier breaks mentally right now where Joker's combinatorial ownership right now with Maxime Renault, with Aaron Gordon, and with who was right beside Khan. No, it was Khan. No, it was Diabates because people were taking the Sacramento guys ahead. Man, I just noticed that happening over and over and over again. I think in 8 of my 10 drafts, 3 guys were paired the exact same with Joker over and over. So just shout out to the people to be mindful of Renault plus Joker, Diabates plus Joker, and Aaron Gordon plus Joker, because they're like clear definable lines in people's mind right now for whatever reason. Just go ahead and flip some of those around.
Yeah, that's something I'm definitely keeping a close eye on for sure.
All right. Anything else to say on the Kings there? I have successfully convinced our guy Car Park to punt off $5 in the lobbies with Baldwin share there, the lost Baldwin bro. Yeah, anything else?
No, I mean, I think if you are doing Baldwin, I would rather just do Dylan Cardwell, but
sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Do you have a favorite of the bunch at ADP right now?
Malik Monk for sure.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, man. We know he's an absolute bucket. We know that they were like not playing him early in the season because they didn't like him, and now it's just like, all right, just let Monk go cook and get off our team next year, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Monk, and then I love Devin Carter too.
Yep, I respect the take for sure there. 27 minutes in his first game back there is bullish, and definitely a lot of handling to go around here, because if you do just look at the construction of the roster, it's quite big just in terms of like, there's not like any like necessarily like an abundance of fives, but there's like a lot of like 3s and 4s with like DeMar, Plowden, Cardwell, Baldwin. Like there's a lot of this like 3s and 4s side, and then Renault as like a true 5. And then the handling is going to be like Monk, Carter, and then to a much lesser extent, Doug McDermott.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what makes me kind of like, like obviously that was the case for Monk, but I mean, as far as bigs go, dude, it's just like Maxime and Cardwell. So I don't know, man. Kind of the more that I think about this, the more I'm kind of like into Cardwell, and I might actually draft him.
Okay, cool. Like more than just like a backup 5. Like you're like, yo, they might overlap. He might get up to like 27-30 in the Precious role.
Yeah, right. The Precious role, and or like if it does blow out, yeah, he might. They might give Maxime some rest since he's been playing like 40s and 30 like high 30s.
Right. Yeah, good shouts, man. I just saw Johnny Footballs in the chat here, and I got to bring this one up for the people because not everybody has access to this, Nez, but if you guys did not see that, Underdog put out like a highlight clip of the Dog Bowl and stuff like that. Very cool thing. We all retweeted it, shared it, and whatever. But they did put out the photo album that they do after every time. And this was hands down my favorite photo. Oh, what is going on here? Give me 1 second. Let's go like this. There you go. Hands down, my favorite photo from the trip right here, Nez. This is Johnny Pickham's, baby. If we put the Pickham entry in the top left of this, and we just used a little AI to like turn his hand from this way to like the open palm, like these are the plays. I would play these plays every single day if he just puts the Pickhams right alongside there.
This is the picture, and it, like in that photo album, it's the very last one too. It's just like perfect.
It's so perfect to cap off the photo album. It's the greatest thing ever, dude.
What a beauty.
Yes. Shout out to Johnny Pickham's, aka Johnny Basketball's, aka Johnny Football's, aka yeah. Him and his wife were a riot, man. They were so fun. All right, dude, let's talk about the Hornets side. First question here is how are you pairing Hornets with Kings? Because if we're going to be really in on the Kings, are we really in the Hornets as well, and this game plays competitive, or are you treating this like it plays to that 18.5 spread and things get ugly and we don't really know what to do with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just right now, like, you can't get LaMelo with Joker. Brandon Miller, you can, and then maybe like does it work better or worse if to pair these together? I am pairing them, but I'm not like going out of my way to do so. I think the story obviously makes sense where it's like, hey, if it's a close game, maybe this is like a run and gun game. It's high scoring. Maybe you do want both. But yeah, like as far as like where I'm getting it, like it's like a little bit of Con, who like I don't even know that I like the ADP, and then
Sure.
mixing and matching Brandon Miller with my Joker teams just because he's sort of like just out of the common combo there at the 2-3 turn. But yeah, like if I'm naturally pairing them with kings just because like I'm drafting a lot of kings.
Okay.
Just because the size of the slate, it's almost like it's hard to even be able to have such micro, decision making. It's just like with a slate this size, 6-person draft, you're kind of just taking the best player available. So
Sure.
I don't think it matters all that much to just kind of put a bow on that tangent.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything in your mind of like, 4-game slate, like we can start game stacking and that sort of thing? And just because it's so different than like a 10 from yesterday?
I mean, I haven't like drew it out. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
short game, like short slate. Maybe one game pops off. It's the game you need. Yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all. But you're really, really a victim of ADP in these drafts, and I wouldn't force a game stack. I'm just trying to draft the best teams possible every time in, time out. And I'm not really factoring in a whole lot of game theory in terms of like game environment at the moment.
Okay. The one play that I would throw like kind of my hat in the ring for there would be the Kobe White stuff. I don't think Kobe White would get like full garbage or anything like that, but we've seen Kobe White be like a 1-for-1 replacement for Melo, for the handling, for the scoring in the second unit. We've seen it crater the usage rate of some of the other guys around him, most notably Miles Bridges with the second unit and Brandon Miller with his like on-ball touch time in the second unit, that sort of thing. So if I'm thinking through the lens of like this plays to spread and I want to get Kings pieces, I was really intrigued by putting Kobe White alongside 2 Kings or something like that, where it's like we don't get the 20-minute Kobe White game, we get 28 minutes. And it's not because he plays blowout, it's just because he gets extended ever so slightly more than like Con with a probable tag or Melo, just because it's Melo in an 18-point spread, that sort of thing. And he's kind of like the guy that, we get this little mini correlation of like 3 guys, and it's like Monk, Kobe White, Plowden, or something like that.
Yeah, I was getting to some Kobe too. He's drafted like 100% of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the Kobe White thesis made a lot of sense.
Okay. If you want to go a bridge further, like the Trey Mans, the Sion James, like that sort of stuff, they would be like the garbage time guys. I'm not going to get there today. I will just play the Kings side of it where they're going to get start and finish. I don't think it's, deep enough a slate where you don't have to just chase, 22 minutes of garbage time versus a bad Kings unit because the starters are playing against that same bad Kings unit.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else to say? Do you like Diabate's over Con? That was kind of like a push-pull spot there. And thoughts on Miles Bridges?
I do think Diabate is a better pick than Con.
Okay.
But it's not like maybe, I mean, not that it's like that stark. It's 22 versus 23 and a half. But yeah, I like both those guys. Miles Bridges, I think I have him at like ADP right now.
Okay.
I'm not like stoked about drafting Miles Bridges. I'm not getting a ton of them right now. I don't see anything that indicates that this is like a must-have Miles Bridges slate or anything.
Sure, yeah. Would you rather have Devin Carter or Miles Bridges? Because Devin Carter's ADP is currently behind.
Devin Carter.
Okay. Yeah. So that's going to lead people to be a little bit light on Miles Bridges in that area. Flipping Bridges for Diabates or flipping Bridges for Cons ADP is just like an interesting game theory dynamic with your Joker teams. Just because Joker's going to be paired with Diabate so frequently that maybe just pulling Bridges up in the Diabate spot instead is just like one lever to pull, even though I prefer Diabates today. You
think Musa will be paired with Joker a lot?
Yeah, that's what I was noticing in drafts. Yeah. Musa, Aaron Gordon, and Maxime Renault were paired with him a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just in that.
I was not getting that a lot.
Okay.
Like at all.
Yeah, the Sacramento guys were getting pulled up, and then it was kind of like these two guys were left at like 24, 25, 26 over and over again. Yeah, Bridges in that same tier. And then some people were pulling like Devin Carter above it too. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, small sample size, just the 10 drafts that I did, but just trends that I were noticing and relaying. All right. I think that's all the words that need to be said on the potential blowout of the night there, but a very short-handed Kings team is going to lead to a lot more of them being drafted than usual here.
Yeah, 100%. That's the synopsis.
Cool. Next game up here, as I said, all the totals pretty similar this evening, but this is a 229.5 here, 9 by way of the Knicks in this one. We'll get the most recent updated injury report here. Knicks and Pelicans. First up on the Knicks side there, we have the G Leaguers with some questionable tags. I don't know if that's Winhurstable, but we will just leave it at that. G League's got some questionable tags there. And then obviously no Miles McBride right now, who has had that surgery. And then Landry Shamet, who had started at a couple iterations in the absence of some of these guys last week, is now with an out tag there as well. And then on the Pelicans side of things, just the usual suspects, G Leaguers out, and then Bryce McGowan's who has that fracture in his toe. So we got these new look Pelicans with DeJounte Murray in there. Let's maybe start on the Pels side of things here. Let's start on the Pelicans side of things here because the hashtag models haven't fully caught up to this dynamic. We did see a little bit of ceiling from Zion all of a sudden, but we're dealing with this kind of like we deal with the Rockets every single day of like, which of these three can we play here? So looking at Trey Murphy, Zion, and DeJounte Murray all having very similar ADPs, but Trey Murphy usually going ahead in the second round, the other two at the front end of the third.
Yeah, I always preferred DeJounte whenever, all these guys are healthy. Not really in love with Zion like at all lately. He had 40 last game, good for him. But I pretty much fade Zion at his ADP these days. I prefer DeJounte, like I said, but I don't like any of these guys today.
Okay. Yeah, you just don't like the game environment, don't like the spot, or you like people over them at ADP?
No, it's just strictly like in a vacuum. Okay. I don't like these guys today. The Knicks, despite their vibes, just like are playing really, really good defense right now, playing good basketball. They're very good at home. I just don't think that this is going to be a game where you want much of any of these guys, but I like DeJounte the best.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm very light Trey Murphy. I'm very light Zion. I took some Trey Murphy with Joker because you don't get that very, very often. Sure. But I'm like really, really out on this game.
Okay, so if you're gonna pass on Trey Murphy with this 11 ADP here, which is he's kind of a tier break guy, right? Like like Brunson's kind of the end of a tier, and then people are like, wow, I'm not sure if I can go all the way down to this next grouping. I got to take Trey Murphy right here. If you're not going to take Trey Murphy right there, other than the caveat of pairing him with your Joker teams on occasion there, who are you taking in his place? Are you pulling DeJounte up over this next tier? Is it Desmond Bane? Is it Renault? Who do you like?
Yeah, I've done DeJounte with Joker.
Okay.
I've done Jalen Green over that tier. Brandon Miller, Josh Hart, just to like name a few.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, respect it.
Hoping it's a uniqueness angle, and just hoping I'm right on like the Knicks continuing to play league best defense, being really good at home, and the Pelicans kind of not having any sort of fantasy ceiling here between the three of them in their current state. Okay.
I like it, dude. Tend to agree with my guy Noah on this one. This does feel like it does feel like a Joker or bust, lucky combos with Joker kind of. But this is why we're talking through the avenue and the lens of mix and matching off of Joker and finding pivots and stuff like this. Because it doesn't feel like a massive scroll slate. It doesn't feel like it kind of feels like the answers to the test are faced up today, and we have to find like a little bit of game theory off of those answers. It feels like everybody knows the cash chalk today, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're playing today because we love to play, and there's money to be won.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be lying if I said drafting today is a ton of fun.
Sure. Yeah. But tomorrow will be fun because we got 10 games or whatever, 9 games, and we got baseball. So we battle through these days to get to the good days, right?
There's still money. There's still money up top, man.
The prize pool is still the exact same as it was yesterday, right? Just because it's not as fun, whatever. Yeah. And if everybody else feels like it's not as fun, well, maybe all of a sudden John's 100 entries aren't in there, and maybe some more plus EV for your guys' 30 or 40s or whatever, right?
You're really feeling yourself there, buddy. Yeah, jeez. Unless John shares. Woohoo!
Sorry, I meant Johnny Footballs. Johnny Footballs, not me, John. Johnny Footballs. There you go.
That's better. I was gonna say, dude.
Nez, I think I know the answer was Sadiq Bey, but you're probably just like a little bit down on it at ADP here, and kind of like a little bit of soft fading.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think matchup wise for these guys? Like, I don't know, does Cat get Zion, or is that going to be like Hart's assignment where they kind of put Hart on Zion, and Bridges gets a little bit of the on ball, and Jalen gets DeJounte kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, they're running Zion basically as the 5, right, in the starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess that would be Cat on Zion, but it's not like Zion's even doing anything.
Sure, yeah.
The ball. Yeah, so then probably do they put Brunson on DeJounte, or do they put Brunson on like Herb Jones?
Herb's been playing on some of the bigs, man. Like, he's been playing on some of like the bigger guys too at times. I think Herb's
talking from the Knicks defensive.
Sure. Yeah, like you can just like hide someone. Yeah, like hide Brunson on Herb. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Like when you do the overlap with Cat and Mitch Rob, like where the fuck does Mitch Rob go? Like, like Yves Misi has to be on the floor for that.
You just drop Mitch on with Zion, because Zion's not shooting.
Right. Yeah. You can play drop coverage big against Zion and just protect rim.
Yeah.
Okay.
You mentioned Yves. He's got some decent box scores lately. Yeah.
I mean, Derek Queen had a nice one last time out too. Like, I think they might need a little bit of size in that second unit. And I think one of them could do something. Now, it's not a great spot against Mitch Rob, but just the fact that nobody's taking Yves Misi or Derek Queen in the last round, we might have found some scrolls, especially if you're soft fading Pels at the top of your lineups.
Right. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of Eves here and there.
Yeah. Okay, so like Herb goes on Brunson, maybe both ways. Okay. Yeah, maybe Josh Hart just goes on Sadiq Bey, Cat goes on Zion, and then OG does the Trey Murphy thing, and Mikal gets the on ball of DeJounte.
Yeah, that's how I would probably draw it up.
Yeah, okay. Which would make me not want that much Sadiq Bey, because that's a worse matchup than I was anticipating,
True.
Yeah, because this is what my wheels were spinning at the Sadiq Bey stuff in the middle round here. Like, is he going to get one of the softer matchups? And now all of a sudden, Sadiq Bey catch and shoot looks okay today. Man, I'm not really in love with a ton of this.
Not really, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if this game stays competitive, Herb's going to play big minutes, and maybe he gets a couple steals and maybe hits a 3 or 2, and you could play like Herb as the contrarian lever in the last round, because it's going to be hard to find outside of those Kings guys that we talked ad nauseum about. It might be hard to find like 30, 31 minutes, 28 minutes at the back end of draft boards, and maybe 30 fantasy points is enough to win you this slate. So doing something like a scroll down Yeez, scroll down Herb, scroll down Derek Queen, that you could do worse.
I mean, yeah, like I like I said, like I'm dabbling, so I like it.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about the Knicks side here, dude. I think the first big point on the slate would be Cat, man. Cat's ADP is second overall. Are you in agreement with that? Do you want to take him there? Are you going to fade Cat at that price tag? What are your thoughts?
No, I'm not. I'm not drafting Cat there, but like, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Projections will tell you that Cat's not the 2. I don't think Cat's the 2. It's just the way that the ADP gets set. That we talk about all the time. Yeah, I'm not drafting Cat 2.
Okay. Of all, like, I think Brunson's like a little bit of a tier break guy. Are you a little bit higher on Brunson than ADP?
Not particularly, I don't think. Okay. No, I think I have Brunson like right at ADP.
He might be the most stagnant ADP of the entire day. So if you want to flip the board and take him at 6, like maybe there's a lever to pull there, because nobody's really treating Brunson anything other than he's going behind Melo and Jamal every time.
Yeah, that's a really good point, man. I really I think one of the biggest game theory angles for non-Joker teams is unique combos, especially with the first 2 rounds. So doing something like that, I think, makes a lot of sense. Like literally pulling like Brunson to 2.
Right. Yeah, and just flipping the Cat shit. Yeah, because
you're so close to dead anyways by drafting so close to Joker and getting those combos that are already with so many Joker teams. Like you might as well do something like real unique with Brunson that isn't like the same 2 or 3 guys paired with first rounders over and over again.
Good point, man. Yeah. And how many times have we talked about like just Cat versus Jalen and them actually being like the exact same in terms of fantasy points on a night-to-night basis? So it's like just take the other one. Yeah. Yeah, especially when Mitch Rob's in there, like we like Cat less. So yeah. You talked about pulling up Josh Hart for some unique combos. Do you like Hart in a vacuum, or is it just a combos thing?
I think both.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Just, Hart, it's not like he's been awesome this year. I mean, he's had his moments, but, he still has the ability to put up monster fantasy scores.
All right, cool. OG and Bridges, we've talked ad nauseum about how bad Bridges has been. This doesn't look like the spot where he'll come back into our lives, but are you drafting Bridges at all?
At pick 36 sometimes.
Okay, sure. All right, just as like a, less than owned, but, the minutes are safe in the last round. Maybe the shot starts to fall.
Yeah, this sounds like a pipe dream, but like,
right.
I'll take 40 minutes at pick 36 with a Joker team every now and then.
Okay. OG above or below weight on OG?
I believe above.
Okay. Sounds good.
Nope, below. Lied to your face.
Yeah. Why?
Probably Malik Monk.
All right. Sounds good.
I've got him over OG.
Anybody else that is draftable here? Jose Alvarado, revenge game here. Maybe sees a little bit more expanded off the bench when they're missing Landry Shamet there. Jordan Clarkson had the big Utah game, but then everything else has been like pretty flat since then. Mitch Rob can spike in only 20 minutes. Right. It's kind of like playing like the Time Lord thesis. Any interest?
I did Mitch Rob once.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Sounds good to me. Let's push on here, dude. Very similar total in this next one. Cavs and Magic here. This is a 229.5, 10.5 by way of the Cavs there. Most recent updated NBA injury report here. This is kind of like the cleanest of the games we've had thus far. That being said, the Magic are pretty banged up. They're missing Anthony Black, Jonathan Isaac, Jalen Suggs, and Franz Wagner. But this is kind of a situation that we've been dealing with for the last week and a half or so there. We've been getting a little bit of Point Bane. People liked the Point Bane stuff yesterday. It did not age particularly well in the third round. And then in the Cavs side there, still no Jared Allen in this one. No Gary Porter Jr., a.k.a. Craig Porter Jr. None of the G Leaguers here. We got Tyrese Proctor with a probable tag, and then we got Jalen Tyson, who's a little bit fallen out of favor in recent memory, is out as well. So, I guess the biggest talking point in this game is the front end of draft boards, because we have 5 pieces basically from both sides here. I'm going to put them both on the screen here. We have 5 pieces that go in the first 2 rounds in this one, 4 of which go in the first round, basically. Just thoughts on this dynamic today. Who are your favorites of the bunch? That being Mitchell, Harden, Mobley, Paulo, and Bane.
Yeah, the top 3 is so similar. But kind of, we talked about the last Cleveland slate, Harden kind of taking on more of a role here. Maybe projections and ADP haven't quite caught up to that. So I could see myself getting more overweight Harden today. And then Mobley without Jared Allen just continues to have an insane role on the team, playing a lot of minutes, a lot of really good box scores there for him. So I think I will likely be overweight Evan Mobley, I think, when it's all said and done. But I think I'm going to do something unique and go Harden over Spida.
Okay, cool.
There's no rules today, dude. Just you just gotta play around.
Yeah, do what other people aren't doing, basically. Correct. Is the rule. Yeah, and you guys will see even on this projection on the site, we're talking about fractions of points. Just flipping their 2 ADP seems fine. It was encouraging to see Donovan Mitchell return to 39 minutes there after missing the Chicago game. 41 fantasy points there, which resulted in, James Harden, having a little bit of a downtick, but he still outscored him there. We've talked a lot about how the touch time and drives and the assist rates and potential assists are all up for Harden, and this is looking more and more like Harden's team, Harden's offense, and you saw it in the absence of Donovan Mitchell there when he puts up this big 61 burger, but comes back down to earth with these 46s as soon as Donovan's usage returns to the fold. But I mean, in the last 4 games, he's outscored him in all of them there, or 3 games. 3 games. He's outscored. Harden's outscored Mitchell in all of them. Is there anything from a matchup standpoint that makes you like one or the other more, or is it just theoretical of hey man, just play Harden over Mitchell?
Yeah, just a little bit of a usage, a little bit of game theory. Is really the thought process there. I think they both have similar matchups today. You know what I mean? But the one thing you can say is, no Suggs. And this team just played last night? Question mark?
They play tomorrow night, and Magic played last night. Yes, correct.
Magic, yeah. So you got that going as a bullish point for the Cavs.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Paulo in a tier of his own above Mobley, or do you like Mobley more than Paulo this evening?
I think Paulo's above Mobley, just given the way he can take over a game, but I like Mobley.
All right, sounds good. So it sounds like we mix and match this front end tier of 3 here and just do what the field is not doing. Mobley pairs better with Harden than he does with Donovan Mitchell, just for what it's worth there in terms of correlated ceilings from an assist rate standpoint, but you can pair both of them together. It's fine on such a short slate here. Desmond Bane, dude, is he a pull-up candidate to pull over Trey Murphy, get some unique combos that regard, or is Desmond Bane just kind of all right, whatever, man. If it doesn't happen last night, you get Keon Ellis tonight, and it's not going to happen again? I
think you got to take some shots on Desmond Bane.
Okay.
As far as guys are going to be on the floor that could have big games,
sure.
It's few and far between. I have a lot of Desmond Bane today.
Okay. Respect it, dude. Let's talk about the auxiliary pieces here. Cleveland side first. Is anybody else draftable on Cleveland?
I mean, Sam Merrill, maybe. He came back and, he's already up to 30 minutes. I don't know. On a slate like this, it's definitely in consideration for me.
Yeah, sure. Why not, man? 27 fantasy points, 29. We know he's going to start in the vast majority of matchups there. Yeah, I mean, if he just ices a couple threes and goes sharpshooter mode, why not?
Yeah. So
way safer. Sorry, I cut you off. Way safer with Jalen Tyson not around to potentially get hot and rip some minutes.
Facts.
Anybody else there? Max Strus kind of getting the uptick in minutes here, but not doing a ton with them, but just encouraging to see these 22s through 24s for the playoff contest there. Keon Ellis, he's going to get the tough on-ball assignment. Can he do anything else?
I mean, I'm not drafting him, but he'll be out there.
All right. Sounds good. nailed the spelling of Orlando. Anybody on Orlando that is intriguing you here? Like Wendell Carter Jr. came back. He's played 2 games now since coming back. Got up to those 29s and 28s full there after missing the Hornets game. Tristan Silva seeing big time minutes and can also get hot and get some buckets. Basically, his fantasy outputs are directly tethered to whether he scores the basketball or not. And on a night where you need auxiliary scoring or garbage time, or maybe not garbage time, but second unit, kind of like that kind of like hybrid window of time scoring. Anything that interests you here?
I think, yeah, like maybe I wasn't thinking about Goga, but maybe I should. I don't think so, but
3 centers tonight.
De Silva, I think, is interesting because of minutes. He's going to play a ton, and like Javon Carter, I think is going to start.
Dude, I like the idea of Javon Carter tonight. Like, just go because nobody wanted to go there again after he burnt everyone last night in an awful matchup. Like, he gets there by way of icing threes. He was in a terrible catch and shoot matchup last night. Doesn't wind up like, he winds up being like the chalk go-to guy last night and then only plays like 20 some odd minutes. And yeah, man, like he starts and he plays 23 minutes and he puts up 7 fantasy points last night and he's like a team worse -17. Like, just, bet on that flipping at like 0% ownership tonight and that he was the same play as the stone cold chalk he was last night on Redacted.
Yep, exactly. We call that the Iodosumu thesis.
There you go. Yes.
Scale.
Yeah. Anything else here? I love Jet Howard. Can I play Jet Howard?
You know what? You can play Jet Howard today, man.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Let's get a cheeky Jet Howard scroll and make him the 6th man off the bench today. See what happens. Out, yeah. Second night of a back-to-back. Let's cut into De Silva's minutes. Let's cut into Carter's minutes. Let's get Jet Howard out there for 28 and just see what fucking happens.
Let's just see what happens.
See what happens. All right, dude. Late night hammer on the slate here. We've kind of talked around the Joker problem of today, but this one's 3 hours later than anything else. So if you do get something funky with the Q tags, mainly that would just be Grayson Allen, who did participate in shoot around right now. There's the potential for like only swapping into this game because everything else will be already tipped and finished there. So last game on the slate here of the Coast to Coast Tuesday, Nuggets at Suns here. We talked about the implications on the standings for this one, just for the Suns moving up and the Nuggets kind of like treading water in that middle tier of the Western Conference there. 233.5 is the largest total on the slate, though it's not considerably larger than any other game. And then 5.5 to the Nuggets on the road here. Injury report is very clean on the Nuggets side there. We just have Peyton Watson listed out with the injury management right hamstring. And then on the Suns side, you have that Grayson Allen Q tag, but he did participate in shoot around there. We have a Royce O'Neal probable tag. And then we are still without Mark Williams and Dylan Brooks. And then Haywood Highsmith and Amir Coffey join them on the injury report for this one as well. So let's talk about Orlando. Let's talk about the Nuggets here first. Obviously, Joker's the 1-0-1. We talked about the combos and blah, blah, blah. Let's erase that conversation from our minds here and just talk about anybody else on Denver. Jamal Murray looks like a line in the sand guy right beside Jalen Brunson there. Do you have any other takes on Jamal than that? Anything you want to do with Jamal today?
No, I think I want to have a good bit of Jamal though. I always play Jamal pretty aggressively, so I'll have a lot of him. I think. Let's just fact check that right now. I should. Yeah, I've got 30% Jamal Murray. So
Jamal over Mobley for you?
I think I was doing that.
Okay, sure.
But I was doing that, but I need more Mobley. I need to diversify a little bit more there for my non-Joker teams, I think.
Jamal is always a projection darling too, and rightfully so. The minutes are so strong and he's correlated with Joker and high total, blah blah blah, right? The role's just so good. He will, as a projection darling, be the guy who naturally gets pulled up more though. So just keeping that in mind in terms of like your combos and stuff like that, just he will be the guy that the field gravitates towards pulling up. Let's talk about the rest of these guys, man. It's good to see Aaron Gordon back to full-ish here. Not touching those 34s just because they haven't had to in the most recent iterations here, but getting back to those 28s and stuff. Talked about being mindful of the Joker combos because he lines up perfectly. And, they're not as positively correlated as Jamal plus Joker is. Obviously, Jamal plus Joker, not really obtainable today, but just being mindful of your Joker plus Gordons, that maybe Gordon's a flip the board guy in those middle rounds, something like that. Anybody else that you're interested in here above or below ADP? Christian Brown, Cam Johnson can get hot from 3.
Christian Brown going to play a ton of minutes. So, Yeah, he's a guy. And then, I don't know if I made it up. Cam Johnson kind of like playing better basketball these days.
Dude, he's hitting 3s all of a sudden. That's what they signed him to do.
That's a really fun way to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a little bit more Cam Johnson in my life.
Okay, cool. Impact of Tyus?
On who?
I'm just joking.
Oh, you said Tyus's 1 minute impact is wide?
Yeah, it's 1 minute impact. Bruce Brown continues to play those mid-20s and stuff like that. Can you scroll to him? Tim Hardaway Jr. is kind of similar thesis to Cam Johnson, just a little bit cheaper. Any interest in anything else here?
Not really, dude.
Okay. Spencer Jones with the compilations of getting game winners hit over him. Did you see that?
No, that's unfortunate.
He was like trolling himself. It was from him too. He was trolling himself on it too. It's funny. But
okay.
It was I can't remember. Luka over him most recently and somebody else. Oh, the Luke Kennard one. I think it was the Luke Kennard one that was over him.
I need to see this.
Yeah, just look it up on Twitter. It'll be like the first thing when you look up Spencer Jones that you'll see. Let's move to the Sun side here. Obviously, Grayson is very impactful for a 4-game slate. A guy with a Q tag who can make a bunch of 3s and play north of like mid-20s minutes. Like maybe he's capped, maybe he's whatever. But like if he's able to go, we talked about how important this game is for them today. Like if he's able to go today, he should probably be getting drafted at some frequency, and he's not going to be getting drafted at all. Maybe we're scared of the minutes. Maybe it's soft capped, but just putting that on people's radars that he's kind of free in the last round. Devin Booker had, both him and Jalen Green went scorched earth in terms of the scoring department, and now they've come back down to life a little bit here. Any interest for, Devin Booker at 2 today, or, Jalen Green pulled up with your Joker teams for some game correlation? Like any thoughts on the Phoenix guys?
Yeah, I think these guys are pretty good plays just because they've been without Dillon Brooks. It seems like the offense is a little more concentrated, and Jalen Green can get really hot, and Denver defense, I think, is pretty vulnerable. So I like the Suns guys a lot today. Like Booker, nice. Green, Gillespie, Oso, I think is fine. I like those guys quite a bit.
Sounds good. Yeah. Anything else further? Like Jordan Goodwin off the bench there. It's probably hard to get to, but 35s, 27s, 24s when they've been missing some bodies there. Grayson, do you like Grayson?
I wish Grayson wasn't like in the middle of like an injury stint and everything, because he would be a fun play today, but I don't even think he's a good play if he's in because of the minutes. Okay,
cool. Strammy's got a good point here in the chat. Mobley plus Jamal is such a fun starting combo. Like that's so true. Like if you just pull those guys up, put them together, and then just bet on the pace of this game.
Yeah, it is a very fun combo. Like I've done that, and I think it's good. Like that's yeah.
Good shouts in the chat there. Anything else, dude? Royce could play big minutes if he's available and starts. He plays, but it's just kind of like they're empty minutes. Let's be real. Actually, Royce might have been the other guy who hit the game-winning 3 against. I think against Spencer Jones. Maybe
that's really crazy.
Yeah, if memory serves, I can't remember now. What about Fleming, dude? People wanted to get excited about Rasheer Fleming here. 28 fantasy points last time out. Direct push-pull off of Oso. They also played a little bit of that double big stuff where they both got up in minutes against Toronto.
Yeah, I'm not doing it, but shout out Rashir.
All right, cool, man. I think we did this slate. It's due diligence, man. I think it's time to hop in.
Yeah, I think we can put it away.
Let's do it. Let's roll the 101 one time. One more spot for the people.
Dude, I was gonna save this for the baseball show, but while we're waiting, I hate when people talk about dreams, but I had a hilarious dream last night.
Okay.
I was in the airport and like standing up against the wall was Gregory Polanco. And I just like hopped up out of my seat and like jogged over to him. Like we've been like good friends forever, and just like dapped him up. And we were having a conversation in broken English, and he asked me, he's like, "You like basketball?" And then he's like, "I've been working on my jumper," and he was showing me his left-handed jump. He had a lefty stroke.
If you want to peek into the mind of how sick Nez truly is when it comes to this shit and sports, nothing will top a dream of talking to a once upon a time failed prospect left fielder with some speed power combo like Gregory Polanco. And he's not even talking about his own sport. He's talking about a different sport that he also loves. Unbelievable. Multi-sport draft league shit to the T there, man. That is
so
funny.
I cracked myself up when I woke up. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I wish I could meet Gregory Polanco in the wild and just thank him for the years he did give to the Pirates, and you know how sorry I am that they ruined his career, and I hope he's doing well.
There you go. I would be lying to you if I did not have a bunch of Gregory Polanco bags before it was cool in those keeper leagues. He was Luis Robert Jr. before Luis Robert was.
Yeah, no, he really was. I think we have it. We had 1 year, maybe 1 year of being able to draft Gregory Polanco on Underdog.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
Well, he was in the draft. He was in the pool. I mean,
yeah. Dude, let's. I mean, I think we could just put Booker and Paulo together and get weird elsewhere, or we could do a little pull-up play. What do you like?
Booker and I guess Paulo. Yeah, I might as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think Booker and Paulo is like a little bit rare, I guess. But you know, like nothing. Nothing will be like crazy rare on this side of the board. I was gonna flirt the idea of pulling up LaMelo there, but I don't know, man. I don't necessarily love it today. But there is something living rent free in my head that on the right hand side of the board, you do Melo plus, you know, whoever's there kind of thing, Booker or Paulo or whomever, right? And then you go double tap at 18 and 19 of DeRozan and Monk. And you play like, hey, this game stays competitive enough that the two vet guys that are the better basketball players run deep alongside Melo. And I was going to show off for the chat, but then I refrained.
Yeah, I think that's a really good strategy, though. If you're at that 1-2 turn there.
I just realized that I did not put on my draft assist.
Oh,
that's why I was like, why don't I know what the good plays are right now? There we go. Give it a little refresh there. All right, cool. So Josh Hart is here. That feels fine. That feels good. We could also do the Monk and or DeRozan thing just without a Charlotte piece that we talked about. Who do you like in this spot?
Typically Josh Hart.
Okay. So we'll take Josh Hart with the first one. And then are you interested in a Sacramento Queen?
Typically Malik Monk.
All right, let's go with Malik Monk then.
Yeah.
You think Malik Monk's minutes are safer than DeRozan's tonight?
Kinda.
Same.
Yeah. Like, I mean, DeRozan's just been playing like shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he had one nice game when everybody was out, and then ever since he's just been terrible.
Yeah. true.
Like Monk likes to hoop, no doubt about it. Monk wants to hoop. Monk wants to get buckets, dude. That fills his cup.
Yeah, he's got some lemon pepper Lou to him where he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go get 30 tonight."
Absolutely.
He's looking at this in the room, and DeRozan's like, "Fuck, another basketball game," and he's like, "I'm gonna go get mine."
Cardwell popping in the best available? Is that real?
Wow. Okay.
Do you have variants on?
I must, but I tend to. Yeah,
No.
26 for. Okay, let's do what I was talking about, dude. Let's do the Kobe White thesis where he fills it up off the bench. They run a little long with Kobe White, and then we take another king alongside it, and that king can either be Plowden or Cardwell. And the solver's telling us Cardwell's that dude, man.
I wonder why. Maybe I wonder if I don't know where that. I love it, but I don't know where that's coming from necessarily.
Let's just trust the process here.
Let's go.
All right. There you go. Booker, Paulo, Josh Hart, Malik Monk, Kobe White, and Dylan Cardwell. Let's try and roll the 101 one last time, and then it'll be Dinger season.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Come on. This is so sweaty. Yeah. We can maybe mess around here a little bit though. Shout out to Miranda. Had a good time at the dog bowl with him. Same with the Burp Bra. Great time with him. Goods is in here with us. What's good? Demolition and Hot Keys.
All right. This will kind of give you a really good idea of what people are doing in drafts.
Yep. Why is that?
Just good drafters in here. You're going to see. I don't know how many people are going to be going out of the best plays here, out of their personal best plays.
Okay. An event saying a couple bad beats recently. Hate to see it, but falling down leaderboards late in the last couple games. Yeah, man. I mean, there's this weird thing about hoops, man, where like points are guaranteed to be scored in the later windows, and like sweats in basketball are distinctly different than football and baseball, where there's like binary outcomes for scoring.
Right.
Where it's kind of like, even though it feels like the slate's half over because 7 games have tipped, and there's still 3 left, like those 3 might still have like 15 of the highest ADP guys in it. So the slate's only actually like 40% over, even though it feels like it is greater than that. Dude, look at this. The variance is telling me LaMelo to flip the board. Let's go ahead and take Harden here. Like you said, you like the Harden over Donovan Mitchell potential there. So let's do the Harden thing. Melo doesn't feel like a good candidate for flipping at 3 there, because Melo's just going to come back to 10 the vast majority of the time.
You think so? Because he's got like a 7-8 ADP. I don't think it happens that much.
Okay. Well, he comes back because I'm the smartest guy in the room, as always. So now we go take Melo alongside Harden, and then we can get crazy with it henceforth.
Yeah, otherwise what you're doing, Melo and Brunson probably.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
That's kind of fine though. I mean, it's at least as unique, right? You're pairing basically like 8 and 7 together. So it's probably a good suggestion.
You're definitely going to be one of the only ones.
Yeah.
And that counts for a lot today.
Like if that Hornets spread was just like 8 instead of 18, like it'd just be so much more palatable today, Yeah. You give LaMelo an extra 3 minutes on his projection, then all of a sudden he projects in like the same tier as like Paulo and Booker and Donovan, like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes all the difference in the world, truly.
Mm-hmm. Hotkeys with the pull-up play there. Pulls up DeJounte over the Zion. Perfectly cromulent and intelligent move. Another interesting way that's really scary for people to get unique on these slates is to just delete a round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Desmond Bain here with a little bit of correlation in the game with Harden, but it's not unique. Jalen Green can get hot. I think we're both kind of slightly down on Zion. Who do you like?
Bain or Green?
All right, let's do Green.
So when you have Melo, you feel better about taking Kings?
I feel better taking certain Kings. I mean, like, I think any way you do it, you have to paint like a thesis, right? Like if Monk comes back to us, like I'm cool with Monk, right? I think Esmeralda, no, he doesn't take Monk. Like I'd be cool with Monk here and you just play like Melo versus Monk kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
See if Khan comes back. He probably won't. I guess I'm kind of bullish on Monk just in general today. Maybe it's box score watching, but I've watched enough Malik Monk in my life to know that like right tail outcomes exist when he just wants to score.
Yeah. Yeah. Who do we have a pretty solid idea of what we think the starting lineup will be for them today?
I mean, I could check in on what the unabated notes are and what ETR have, but okay, let me do it first. Carter, DeRozan, Plowden, Renault, and then the last spot will be Cardwell or Monk, unless they play Carter off the bench. But I don't think they play Carter off the bench. I think they play Monk off the bench still. So Monk is full lemon pepper stepper today. He's full-fledged doing his best Jamal Lou Williams impersonation. He's going full Bones Highland as 6-man today. Yeah. Fuck, I like Monk today. Diabates plays into the game correlation. Aaron Gordon, I'd probably put it between those two here, and then we could scroll.
Yeah, let's do Aaron Gordon. Okay.
Just get a little bit of correlation with our Phoenix piece there, and a little leverage that if Aaron Gordon's, having a true Aaron Gordon double type game, that it's cutting in a little bit on the Joker teams.
Right. Dude. Mm-hmm. Damn dog.
Yeah, our guy Noah feeling the way I imagine a lot of our baseball guys will be feeling as we hop into Dinger next here, that he's done the solo shot, he's done the dinger, and he's just itching to get in something else for the daily variety. Yeah, I think something's coming, dude. I think something's coming. De Silva, Plowden, Yzmisi, we talked about, Cardwell. Who do you like, Nez?
Let's do little De Silva. Let's do little De Silva.
All right. I think De Silva, if that game stays competitive, after we passed on Bain in the third round, it is like a nice little double bubble over the super common Harden plus Ball plus Bain teams that you leverage. Like De Silva's the guy hitting the threes tonight.
Mm-hmm. He's going to play a lot, man.
Yeah.
I think he has to.
I think so too. Yeah. How much did Penda play last night?
I was thinking about Penda.
Only played 7 minutes last night. Yeah, I mean, Magic got to play full tonight after they lose to the Pacers last night in just tragic fashion. Cam Johnson.
They play Siakam one time and they get a dub.
Yeah, right? Siakam played really well.
Yeah, he was hooping.
Yeah. TK Chad, hopefully nice prize pools this year. Lil Birdie told me some fun things. So yeah, I'm really bullish that we get some good baseball. Obviously, opening day, I'm hopping in the Dinger right now. Already did my solo shot. This is Dinger 111 for you, boy. 2 more spots. But yeah, I am really bullish for what the daily streets could wind up looking like this year. But I don't think our beacon of understanding will be opening day. How about that? You know, like just
Yeah,
the way this,
opening day. So like, I'll take what we can get. I'm just excited to draft opening day. You know, like
right.
it's a really weird slate in terms of like the games that are on it. So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of wait and see what they end up doing. But I think that first weekday slate should be pretty fun.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Can't wait for 3-man White Sox and 2-man Cardinals to win the dailies on opening day. Fuck yeah. That's what we're here for, baby. Maximum chaos. Let's get it.
That is so gross.
Eggers coming in crying about his RNG. Hate to see it. Couldn't happen to a worse guy. Couldn't happen. All right, what else we got going on here? We got a bunch of no Badgers jumping in for the first time. We got a real big fish. Real big fish.
That's you.
Yeah, how this guy steal my screen name? As you guys can see, I got a little overlay working here for the MLB stuff. The previous overlay in which we were messing around with this, we're doing that for the football and for the hoops. So you guys can go ahead and check that one out. There's a link in the bio. Promo code BADGE in capital letters gets you 20% off. Only place on planet Earth that has a promo code for the solver. And then as you guys can see what I'm working with right now, if you go over to the free overlay on easydfs.xyz, you can just go ahead and load this one up. It doesn't give you the S words, aka the simulations, but free overlay to just track your ownership exposures. So what you guys can see on it is, hey, how much percentage of each guy you have when you go ahead and sync it up.
Yeah, that has been really helpful for me, just to be able to see, because I'm like trying to diversify, you know, here and there. It's really clean. Shout out Easy for putting that up for free, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Bobby Witt comes back to us at 7. Should we dare take an infielder in the first round, Nez?
You want to do it again?
Let's fucking do it. Why not?
Right.
It's Bobby Witt Jr. We're grown-ass men. We can figure it out. I don't care about no positional scarcity. You guys are going to give me a top 3 player on planet Earth. I'm going to take him.
Scary, man.
How quickly we forget that, like, the daily draft streets are going to be like Ohtani, Judge, Bobby. Ohtani, Judge, Bobby.
I know. Over and over.
Over and over and over again. Who was that song? Nelly? Was it Nelly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With Tim McGraw.
With Tim McGraw. I was thinking like Kelly Rowland or whatever. That was Tim McGraw.
Dilemma.
Wow, dude, that was like one of the first early like country rap like collabs.
Yeah. No one was crossing genres like that, but Nelly's country ass was.
Yeah, country grandma, baby.
Oh, it was a great CD. The one that album was on. Well, which one was that? Nellyville, I think.
Oh, Nellyville, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the St. Lunatics?
Yeah.
St. Lunatics?
Dude, the St. Lunatics were huge. They were in NBA Street.
Oh, that's sweet. I didn't know that.
They were like a special team that you could use on NBA Street. Like,
yeah, like not even their track was in it. It was like they were in it.
Yeah, like you could use like the one dude with the mask. Like no one even knows who that is. And like, yeah, he's got his own
Beats
like
by
handles.
Pharrell. Beats by Pharrell. What? No, God, Siglier's got the bangers ready.
Belt. That's the Kelly Rowland track.
He's belting it in his car right now.
That's the Kelly Rowland track.
Yeah, the Kelly Rowland where they're text messaging in Excel on the sidekick. Yeah.
Hit me back when you get this.
Is that what it said? Hit me back.
Yeah, where you at?
Oh, good shit. The giveaway is conked right now. Ooh, that's kind of cool that his hat accidentally turns green. Gunner. Dude, double infield or pull up Jackson Churio. Dude, I think we just fuck around, find out, and take Vlad with Bobby and see what happens.
I want to. I want to see how we land the plane.
All right, let's do it. Have not done a ton of this, as you guys can see with the percentage alongside Vlad there. Don't have a ton of Vlad for whatever reason. I think just been mixing and matching outfielders over him. Just been doing a little bit of the gunner ahead of him sometimes. It's probably bad, but I don't know. I just maybe a little inherent bias.
It can't be that bad.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be that bad. You know?
Yeah.
Vlad, the one thing that I think maybe you could say is like, does Vlad have like that 1,800 point season in him? Because like he's a great, like he's just such a great hitter, but you know, he's never done enough to like put up those like that monster like first round type of score. Can he do it without like stealing base? Like, because he's not stealing bases. You know, like, does he have that in his range of outcomes? It'd be hard to say no given his pedigree, but like that's the one thing that's always been like kind of the knock. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, I like where you're coming from. Like the fact that he does not run, like what does he need to get to 1,800 points? Well, he probably needs 55 home runs.
Yeah, he needs those homers again, man.
Yeah, he needs like something like that. And he hasn't even come close to that sort of stuff since the Dunedin days, right? So some really fun starts going on out here. We get Matt Olson to come back to us here. We should probably err on the side of outfield. I don't take a ton of Jarren Duran if we want to do that. Who's your favorite outfielder here?
Geez, probably Jackson Merrill.
Okay. You like Jackson Merrill more than a Duran fall here?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
I
like it
I
too.
don't know.
I like it too. I just kind of wanted to get like a Duran share that just knowing I don't have a ton.
Yeah.
He was really good in the WBC too.
He was. Maybe bounces back after I staked my reputation on him last year. Who knows?
Dude, the Randy Rosarina picture was cracking me up last night. They like updated it or something, so it's just like half his face. It's like the one dude who's is like a little off.
I've seen a couple of them that are off now.
Yeah.
It looks funny though. It's good for a laugh.
John can think worse of me than he already does. That's not true at all. That's not true at all.
One of the few viewers, commenters here that we've actually met consigliere. So
yeah.
Can't say that about a lot of these guys.
Yeah. Falani saying I've gotten Buxton to fall 10 plus spots in multiple drafts. Thoughts? I think more recreationally laden drafters drafting later in the year who just name recognition of like, oh, Byron Buxton, that guy's always hurt, and they just let him fall.
Yeah.
That would kind of be like my like bro science take on it. I don't think there's any reason that it should be falling. You'll see my ranks here, you know, coupled with the easy ranks, and you know, I'm quite high on him. Like I'd be totally fine taking him anywhere between 42 and 66. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just the people like, oh, Buxton hurt type of thought process. And yeah, he's a good, like, I don't think he comes without risk, but he's a good risk.
Yeah. All right, so we got 2 infield spots taken up here. We got Jackson Merrill already taken up here. We might have the opportunity to take Manny Machado if he comes back as well. So I'm thinking we got to hit one of these outfield spots here. Just names on the board right now. You know, Springer, you can see I only have 1.4%. I talked to you guys a lot about why I was soft fading him, but he feels like an easy stack to make the Vlad combo work.
I know.
Should we just go ahead and do it, or is that kind of chalky for our liking and we could do like Bellinger and figure something else out later?
I'd probably stack it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take George Springer for damn near the first time this season. I don't know. It's just hard to buy into the fact that it's just kind of hard to buy into the fact that a dude was my age and just was like, yo, I'm just going to have like the best season I've had in like 7 years.
Yeah.
And just go full top 3 in the league, WRC plus out of left field.
It is very hard to buy into that. I fully agree. I don't have a lot of Springer either.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you just like, what if he's instead of 140 WRC plus, like
Crazy.
he's 166. Like,
wild, man.
I don't know, man. You do that for 140 games. I feel like that just like the fact that he went from 94 WRC plus to 166.
Yeah, below league average to a top 3 player in the league. And like, we know he's a dude who has pedigree. We know he's a guy who's won a World Series. We know he's like, that kind of vibe of a dude, but like, come on, that's so stark. Like, that's insane.
It's nuts, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that coupled with the outfield scarcity, you gotta that explains the price, obviously. But yeah, I don't have a lot either, and most of it is probably tied to Vlad.
Sure, yeah. I think I'd venture to guess the majority of the times I've done it have just been with Vlad.
Yeah.
All right. Austin Riley goes there. We might have the decision here to be like, do we want to be the Manny Machado guys after already having 2 infielders here and stacking them up? We could go with your boy O'Neal Cruz though and have a little bit more outfield depth. What do you think here, dude?
I would probably go O'Neal, but like if you want to like do something funky, grab yourself a Machado stack there.
All right, let's do it. I want to do it for 2 reasons, or 3 reasons. I want to do the funky thing and see what happens. I want to do it because I only have 4.2%. And I want to do it because I've ventured to guess the majority of my Manny Machado is tethered to Fernando Tatis Jr. and not to Jackson Merrill, or it would be tethered to like the both of them. It wouldn't be like, yeah. So I let's put ourselves in a corner and see if we can box our way out.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
I want to ask you a couple questions here, Nez, or maybe I want to showcase something for the people real quick here. Guys who are low key, like really falling out of my ranks off my board right now. I'm going to put Strider in that category. Okay. I'm going to put Ryan Pepio, who is starting on the IL, in that category, where I'm just like kind of soft out on these guys. Wheeler at ADP. I do not think Wheeler at ADP is all that different than like Carlos Rodon or Garrett Cole instead of Timeline. So I will take the cheaper of the bunch there. As you guys can see, I have a lot of Garrett Cole already, and that was at a way lesser price tag. And now I'm kind of moving them down a little bit so I don't get as much. But like these guys, and then Snell is another one who like we can cut 20 innings off of him already kind of thing. So these are 6 of like the tried and true, like staple pitchers that are getting drafted every single time that are all behind. To a lesser extent, put Grayson Rodriguez on that list as well. So, screen grab that. That's kind of like we're all missing at least a month right now, and we're going to see what happens thereafter.
Yeah, and Topes in the chat calling out Lodolo just got put on the IL too with a blister.
Yeah, that one was weird because it said he was going to throw a side session, and then all of a sudden it was just like, no, never mind. The blister's going to keep him on the IL. So that's a good one to add to the list too.
Yeah, the Reds, man, just got decimated rotation-wise.
Mm-hmm. All right, dude. We got some pitchers here for us. We got Michael Nelson. We got Jose Altuve. Who's your favorite here?
I like these pitchers quite a bit, but we need some outfielder help.
No, let's keep doing it, dude.
All right, okay. Let's do it.
Let's do the Cole Ragans. I mean, Woo or Ragans. I think Ragans has the higher ceiling if he puts it all together for a year. The walls coming in at Kauffman aren't the best thing in the world for a pitcher, but he's got so much swing and miss in his profile, and I want to get a little bit more Cole Ragans. If there's, if you had to pinpoint a dude in this tier that can vault into like acedom of like the top 2 rounds of next year, like why not Ragans would kind of be like my response to you. I think Hunter Brown would be the most likely, but he's also the most expensive. But like Ragans kind of stands out as like that. Wu and Gilbert are solid and consistent and they have ceilings, but not to the same extent as like Ragans could be that like 240K guy in 185 innings guy.
For sure. Yeah. He's that guy. He has that type of range of outcomes that's like sustainable and repeatable, like Webb, different story, right? We know he's not that guy. Like that's going to just like all of a sudden pump 240 strikeouts, like you said. But Reagan's absolutely is. He's got disgusting stuff. I kind of like this start too, because it's like, if you're going to make a bet on Springer, like you might as well bet on him being the guy. And so you kind of like take detours around that because you're saying, no, it's okay. Springer's actually like hitting 150 WRC plus again. We can take detours because he's such a value.
Good point. Yeah.
Kind of like the game theory angle of like drafting like you're right in terms of draft capital with Springer there.
Love it. Nez, we are going to be up in a half second here on 1-3-2 to start here. Garcia goes there. I'd be good with Joe Adell here. I would be good with another starting pitcher in Fried, Luzardo, or Valdez. I don't particularly care. Who's your favorite pick?
I usually do Adell when I'm like staring down the barrel of two outfielders at this point in the draft.
Sure. Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm leaving the light on for a very particular target at pick 90, who also has outfield eligibility there, but I think that was a good pick. I'm good with that.
Yeah. I know we just took him, and I think we both take him a little above average. But like, are you a little worried Joe Adell just goes back to being bad?
Yep. 100%. Absolutely. Like he was a blue chip, top of the food chain prospect in the same camp as like the Jerks and Profars of the world. And he just never put it together. And then all of a sudden his big swing and miss found some power. And yeah, but I do think he's a solid enough baseball player. Like, I don't know. There's systemic risk with the Angels in general because the Angels fucking suck and maybe they just suck. But yeah, I wouldn't be lying if I was like, hey man, this is the exact same profile that we chased for years. And it just happened to work for like 3/4 of a season. And now we're all just like chasing our tail again.
Right. I guess the one thing that you can say is like, I mean, he's still really young.
Yeah. What is he, 26?
About to be 27.
Yeah.
Yep. Does everything you like to see from a StatCast perspective, and he did get the strikeouts down. Yeah, that's the one thing that I was happy about. Like he's not hitting like 30, he's not striking out 32% of the time while doing this. It was down to 26. So
him and Trout effectively traded strikeout rates.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. McLean goes there. Varsho comes back to us. That's who I was thinking of. Just such an easy stack with this. We could also do DeGrom. We could do Kirby. We could do, Seager, one of these infielders. What do you like?
I like the Varsho stack.
Yeah. I mean, you build out two kind of like of the low end own Toronto and you're thin at outfield. It seems like such an easy tack on.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Glove's going to keep him in center. I mean, they didn't platoon him all that much in the playoffs, and he actually homered off some lefties in the playoffs. So, like, yeah, maybe I'm a little bullish on it.
Yeah, he's got some power.
Mm-hmm.
He could hit 30 home runs.
Ned's favorite stacking partner for Witt. Have you gotten to any Isaac Collins at all?
No, I haven't. Obviously love Vinny P, but like my favorite one that I've been doing late is Carter Jensen.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's been like my jam right now.
Yeah, I do not have a Carter Jensen share yet. I do have one or two of the Isaac Collins share there. I think Lane Thomas is viable, but Lane Thomas. But I think Lane Thomas and Starling Marte are like destined for like one roster spot, like between those two, like of like the vet left fielder of like who still has it. Let's put it together kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Marte is so interesting that he's there. Yeah, Jensen is a dude. He is 20. He'll be 23 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Statcast darling in limited sample, but crushed in the minors. High walk rate. Doesn't strike out much. He's going to DH basically every day and then catch when Sally can't. Yep. He's a pretty fun pick.
Yeah, he's kind of like the succession plan to Sal.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably wouldn't pair those two together. Kind of like I don't put Basalo and Rutschman together a ton. Like I kind of think not that they're destined for one roster spot. It's just kind of like if one of these guys hits ceiling, it's probably not both of them. It probably comes a little bit at the expense of the other one.
Yeah, probably. They'll play off each other a little bit at the same time.
I really like the idea of taking Joe Ryan here. Okay. He just feels like now that kind of like the injury stuff is a little bit behind him and the way he looked in spring to me is just kind of like, yeah, this feels like a solid, a little bit of vegetables behind the Cole Reagans pick when we're scarce at pitcher so far.
Yeah, let's do it, man. High K rate guy, generally healthy. I think healthier than most people realize. Like he's gotten over like 120, 100
there was the one
ever since he's been in the league, he's gotten over 130 innings.
Yeah, there was one season where he got shut down early, like 2 years ago.
Yep. Yeah. Everything else, though, he's been pretty healthy.
Yeah. Aaron saying Adele is the slappiest pick on the board. Horrible lineup and organization. I'm overweight on him and terrified. I mean, that's kind of exactly what we just kind of shared and spelled out there as well.
I love the way that message ended.
Yeah.
He's a terrible pick. Total slappy.
Yeah.
The team sucks. I'm overweight on him.
I'm overweight on him, baby. I love him.
That was great. That was a masterclass.
So good. That was a masterclass there. Yeah, I mean, here's a good one from Topes where it's like, I hope Adele figured out the power later in his career, much like Rooker / Nelson Cruz, both age 28 breakouts. That's a good comp. I'll take either of those comps. You kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, why not Joe Adele? Better prospect profile too.
Yeah,
than Rooker, at least.
Did you see Nelson Cruz at the World Baseball Classic?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, he was on the coaching staff, right? With was he on the coaching staff or he was like a whatever? He was like, I'm pretty sure he was like a hitting coach or something like that. But he also might have just been like special assistant too or whatever. He was like, maybe he was like GM or something. But dude looked jacked for the DR, man. Like he looked like he could still be playing.
That's so sick. He's a beast.
Can we go back to infield yet, or do we still need to address pitcher and outfield here?
Yeah, what infield do you want to take?
I don't know. Maybe Chapman.
Take Chapman.
Oh fuck. Okay, we got Chapman.
That was a quick clock.
Yeah, that was a quick clock. Maybe I was just paying too much attention to Nelson Cruz's biceps.
I think you were.
But okay, we're good. Chapman's a fine pick there. He was top of the easy ranks. I'm good with it. It's fine. We can do maybe like a Jung Ho Lee oatmeal to go with it or something. Yeah, I think maybe I was going to click on Bradish there because I don't have a ton of Bradish. The left side of the board is flying. These guys are lightning quick on the left side.
Well, I love it.
These guys are awesome.
Dude, I don't have like any Kyle Bradish.
No, neither do I. I had 1.4% when we just looked at that there. I was taking Shane Boz late, and I was like, how different is this bet?
Yeah, maybe I've been sleeping on Bradish. I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't seen a full season come together for him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think maybe Bradish is a better pick than I was giving credit for. So
he was really effing good when he came back last year. And like, always talks about like when pitchers come back, like at least we have a sample size to work off and we saw it and we whatever, opposed to like what we're dealing with right now with Rodon, Wheeler, all those guys I brought up. Like we don't have a sample size of these injured guys looking good. At least Bradish came back and looked great,
Yeah, no, it's a good point. Buyers or sellers remorse right now on him for sure.
Dude, we got a bunch of outfielders to come back to us, which is kind of nice. That being said, Robbie Ray would fit our archetype of pitcher build pretty well as well. Who do you like here?
I think you do Cowser.
Okay. You like Cowser more than Doyle?
Yeah, I think Cowser's better player, better hitter.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, before getting hurt the previous year, 24 home runs, 1,200 fantasy points. I floated yesterday that hey, what if he just finds his way to the top of the lineup to lead off instead of I don't know. Right now they might be doing Gunnar at leadoff or something like that.
Yeah.
Gunnar does not profile. Gunnar should be driving dudes in the 2 or the 3 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they just have too many hitters that are of the same mold. But I think Cowser could be a guy who climbs his way in the order as the year goes on, especially against lefties, where they used to do the leadoff Westberg stuff against lefties last year. If Westberg ain't there, I guess Cowser's left-handed, so that's a bad comp. But same idea, just where it's he can climb up the lineup to lead off kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if they would ever move Gunnar to 2. They got him lead off according to roster resource. And then,
so what do they have? What does roster resource have at have 2, 3, 4 then?
Gunnar, Ward, Alonso, and then Rutschman.
Yeah, I mean that's just
Kobe, Cowser.
That's just guesswork based on spring and whatever. And that team's been a little bit fragmented with, spring with guys participating in World Baseball Classic and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's so much fluidity in this because you're introducing 2 top of the order hitters that you've never had before in Ward and Alonso. So this lineup's going to change, day to day. And then you get Ton versus lefties, he's a killer. Now all of a sudden he has to hit in the middle. I don't know.
Ton is a fun pick, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's asking, I don't know, fucking fish to climb a tree, but if he stays healthy, he's going to play every day.
And he has the contract and money behind him where they have to play him every day if he's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We kind of played catch up at outfield here, so maybe we don't need to force the issue on Jung-Ho Lee. But that being said, Jung-Ho Lee and Ramon Laureano fit our team pretty well. I mean, we could play chicken with the room and get one to come back. There goes one of them. I don't know, man. Outfield kind of falls off a cliff after this, unless you want to take a flyer on Delarde or someone late.
I'm such a Lee slappy, bro.
Okay.
It stacks, and I just really like Lee on these type of outfield builds.
Sure, yeah.
Where you're man,
so
I would really like some points.
Yeah.
We're
so fragile at outfield. There are legitimate weeks where Adele, Varsho, and Cowser will give you 0 usable fantasy points. They are those archetypes of guys where it's Adele could just go 0 for 18 in a week where he sat once. They had an off day in between, and he just goes 0 for 18 with 1 walk or something like that. Dead ass.
It's unfortunate, but it's very much in his range of outcomes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I like that idea. I like that idea where it's yeah, sure, we're only contributing for 3 roster spots when we do this, but Jung-Ho Lee, he's going to lead off every single day, not against lefties, and maybe even lead off against lefties. And then he's going to go ahead and give you an 8 or 9% walk, which, isn't crazy, but an 8 or a 9% walk and a 10% K. And you're well, at least there's going to be a 30 fantasy points at the end of the week for us in our outfield spot when Adele goes 0 for 20.
Exactly. It's just it's insurance basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Good points. Mile High Jabroni here, 0 skiing, skewball, and crochet through 90 dingers. Power move. Alpha play. Alpha play.
Wow. That's crazy.
All right, Desi, I think we got to start looking at the purple emblem, especially as we take out more and more purple every time we draft, basically. Flaherty seems like stability that we could use. Evaldi seems like stability we could use. Gallon stability that we could use. What do you like?
I'm going to make you take Gallon here.
Okay. Get that percentage up.
Gallon bounce back.
All right. Sounds good. I mean, so the game that we play in terms of like cumulative fantasy point scoring for a week opposed to a daily slate, like Gallon's a guy that's like, it's hard to see ceiling that wins you a slate on a daily slate unless he's like a full scroll the F down. You're just playing it because there's, there's just full leverage here. That's the only reason you're playing it. But in a week where he winds up getting like 2 starts or whatever, he's like not volatile enough where he gets hammered so hard that you get 0 fantasy points. He's kind of Jung Ho Lee for our starting staff here, where it's like the weeks that he gets 2 starts or the weeks that he gets a good start versus a bad opponent at home, a la the Rockies or something like that in division, he's going to give us a score that's usable. That's just who he is.
Right. And he has good, like he has good seasons in his bag. Like last season was by far the worst for him. And he still threw 192 innings, but it was not good. But the home run to fly ball ratio is way up. Like the xFIP wasn't terrible. I'm a believer in the bounce back, man.
Okay.
Just think the offseason played out like not so great for him. Didn't get a bag. So, the price didn't really move too much. But like Flaherty, I'm with you. I don't have a lot of Flaherty. I took Flaherty 2 years ago when he was like undrafted, took a shot on him, had an awesome season. I just worry about like Flaherty, just like he walks a lot of guys.
Yep.
And like he had a problem with that last year, like quite a bit, where his ERA ballooned. It was like 4.6, and he was like never getting quality starts. I don't know. Good park, of course, and a lot of strikeouts, but he concerns me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I respect the take in a big way. Dude, we're back up here. Nothing obvious of the stacking variety for us. Could take a shot on McConaughey because he's up there. We could do Holiday or Okamoto. We could do Woodruff because we need stability of pitching. Shota, same thing.
Let's do Holiday, man.
All right.
Let's just say that when he gets back, he's really good, and we're gonna and we can do another Baltimore guy too before this draft is over. I think you're onto something with them just being a good regular season stack and a sick playoff schedule. And there's definitely some flop lag here because we wanted Baltimore to be that team last year, and now they're like way better, and people aren't necessarily boosting, I think, those guys enough. Alec Bohm. All right. Give me 1 quick second. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, no worries. Brad's asking why Bradish is falling. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe it's a name recognition thing and people are just like, oh man, why is his name up here? It doesn't like fully belong. I don't know. Eno had like a decent ranking on him, I believe, too. Like, yeah, I don't know. Purple Yosh, first year Maxon, the dinger. Love to see it. Shout out to our guy Ryan. Came to the dog bowl there. 100% Joe Ryan, 1 for 1. Right tail outcome, something. There you go, baby. You're a fucking expert now. You're an expert now. Yeah, Wiz saying, can't wait to donate in the dailies with a random 1% owned Guardians hitter. Let's get it. Daily start probably tomorrow. Let's get it. All those things except for the Guardians part. Yeah, I'm in on it. Shea Langley ears feels like the playoff thumper. I mean, all he does is hit home runs, and he's hit more home runs in spring than anybody. So there's that. Man, as much as I would like to put Okamoto or Sal Perez on this team for stacking purposes and then shut it down, I think we need pitching, man. Like, there are a lot of pitchers that are just not going to give us innings here. I think we need the innings of Shota. I think we just go ahead and take Shota, man. Little bit of ceiling, little bit of floor. I mean, we're only getting our 4th pitcher in the 15th round. Like, things are dicey right now. I think this might have to be an 8-6-6 unless Nez talks me into some contrarian stacking partners. Cameron's saying that we should be taking the Cubs catcher. Fun infield scroll. Thinking he's primary DH. I see you. Time will tell too with Seiya Suzuki. I mean, here's the problem about primary DH on the Cubs is you have a lot of bodies and it's like a contending team. But like Matt Shaw's going to play the outfield while Seiya's hurt. But when Seiya comes back, like Seiya can't play the outfield anymore, man. Like he's just, everyone will remember back to last year. What was it? The last game of the season or a play-in game or something like that where he boots the ball in right field. I mean, Seiya's he has to kind of be a DH. They'll force themselves to put him out in the outfield, but like he kind of has to be a DH. Yeah. But Ballesteros, where he could catch a little bit, then DH a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. He's a big beefy baseball boy though, so I'm not going to poo-poo on that idea. I think I would take Matt Shaw over him though. Mm, 50% Cowser, 55% through 60. Wow, love it. Purple Yosh was kind of hammering Cowser as well. People are in on Cowser.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of Cowser. I'm late.
Mm-hmm. Mahaj Brony saying, have you guys talked about Dylan Cruz yet? I was all over him like Nez. Didn't expect him to get banished to AAA to start the season. Is it a buy the dip opportunity here, Nez, or no?
No, I'm cutting bait.
All right.
I don't know. I don't think it's over for him, but like, I'm not drafting him now.
Okay.
You that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. Do you like any of these pitchers at the top of the board here, Nez? I think we got to start building out this staff a little bit more.
Yeah, man. Let's get you some Soriano.
Yeah.
Get in
Once
there.
upon a time was a StatCast darling. Dude gets so many ground balls with the sinker. Strikeout rate was okay last year.
Dude, he's sweet. 27 years old. He's striking dudes out in spring training.
Mm-hmm.
Just hope that ground ball rate doesn't. I mean, he's not even like getting drafted as though he's that elite ground ball guy. Like, I feel like it's just because he's on the Angels that people don't like him.
Yeah,
I love him, man.
Here's some good alpha for the daily streets there. Another pro for the Jung Ho Lee stuff as he shares the division with the Diamondbacks, who are rolling with 0 lefties in the bullpen in big 2026.
That's nuts, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah. Yellen was definitely oatmeal. The Tigers fan, Flaherty's so frustrating. He can look so good, and then he just randomly walks 3 dudes in the 5th and get knocked out. Yeah.
I used to always do like Flaherty at higher outs recorded, and it's like 0 runs allowed, and he's like coming out for the 6th inning. You're like, yeah, let's go. Like,
here we go, baby.
Yep. And then like he'll get like a K, and then it's like walk, single, walk, in play runs, mound visit, yank. And you're just like, what the fuck, man?
Our first in-play runs of the season. Fuck yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, never boom. Agreed. Ripping a Zamboni for the trifecta. I got to get back in the big Zamboni streets and defend my crown, but not today.
This is going to be my last pick. I got that 3:00 deadline. Unfortunate, but let me put a little flavor on this one for you.
Okay, I'm listening.
What do you think, pitcher here? Because there's some late infielders that you're going to want to tack on, I think.
Yeah, unless you want Sam
Basallo? You want to do Basallo?
Nah, give me a pitcher. Give me a pitcher,
I
dude.
think Senga's really, really interesting.
All right, let's do Senga. I'm good
Senga
with
bounce back, I think, could be ultra profitable.
Let's get that ghost splitter working, big dog.
Yeah, he's back.
All
right.
You want to leave me with any structural? Like, can we get away with only 7 pitchers on this build?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got Shota, who's innings, Soriano innings, Senga, presumed innings. Reagan, you drafted him early. He's holding it down. Yeah, do 7 and have fun at infield, man. Grab 7 infielders.
All right, cool. We'll have 7 infielders despite having Bobby and Vlad. Cool.
Also, John, you know who has a Stars of the MLB card in 2026 for Topps?
Who has a Stars of the MLB? Give me a clue.
This guy.
Oh, wow, dude. I did see some bold predictions on the interwebs of like, hey, what if he just has 20 home run power?
You better hope he doesn't have 20 home run power, my friend. You better pray to the gods. You
know what, Nez? I will never take an L on this one. You know why? Because I can always just go park factor on you. Like if he hits 20 again, I'll just be like, let's overlay it with a real park and see how many in Seattle he hit. And then it comes down to 8. And then I go, see, and then we don't have to be in the following year because they'll move parks. And I'll be like, see, man, we're out on Jacob forever, man.
It's not about the player at that point. It's just about you being wrong.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I don't care about the player.
I don't care about the player. It's just proving me wrong. I respect it.
Telling you to from the back, brother, from the back.
All right, bro.
Okay. You guys have fun.
Yep. We'll be back tomorrow for some more baseball content.
Yes, can't wait.
All right. Peace out, my friend. All right. One more pitcher, and then he said have fun at infield. Dude, I like Aranda. Dude, we have to take Addison Barger here. Like, we just have to. I mean, you guys could see he's a 29% guy for me. We're stacking up the Jays. It would be a terrible idea not to take Addison Barger. That being said, I think we want a 7th outfielder, not infielder, now that Nez is gone. I don't know. Yeah, Cameron's right about this take, though. Feels like the Sam Basallo of the Cubs. Big, beefy catcher. Get some DH at bats. Yeah, 0 shares of Shane Smith right now. I don't know why. Bad team. Medium pitching prospect. It's a good place to pitch for the start of the year. It's bad in the summer. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Go pitcher, 866. I'll hear it both ways, man. I think outfield is definitely the weakest part of our team right now. And we can do some fun Bobby Witt scroll stack at outfield. But I also think it's relative to what pitcher we get back here. Hunter Green in the 18th. This guy built an 8-3-8 in the 101 hole there. Austin Hayes spotting, lefty killer. Owen Casey, redheaded Canadian, who's going to be a little bit better now to start the season in theory without Kyle Stowers. Like, just playing time's a little bit safer, I guess. Matthew Libator is going to opening day starter. All right. We take too much Chris Bassett just because he feels safe. Ryan Weathers feels like the ceiling shot here. Luis Severino's fine. Brian Bayo's fine. Who else is like some fun guys that's like gonna make the rotation here? Mick Abel? What do you guys think about Mick Abel? Good park. Zebby Matthews got sent down. They traded for him with that Philly trade. Johan Duran. He was like one of their best pitching prospects, not named Andrew Painter. Let's do it. Ghost AF likes Taj Bradley more. Purple Yosh said McAble. Mad Max Meyer, there you go. Jasta with a Joe Boyle ceiling shot. There you go. Okay, I got to get Joe Boyle later. I mean, people remember just like the fastball being electric. Conley early, there you go. I mean, he might be piggybacked in the rotation because they're going to run with 6, but like, that's not bad. Consigliere keeps taking rookie. I mean, like, I think it's a good play at this price point. Like, I told Nez last year, like, I did not like the price last year. Like, I was out on it. Nez was way overweighted. But, like, he's free. And he throws 100 miles an hour, man. And he plays for the Dodgers. Like, what if he just stops walking dudes? Like, he's a $100 million pitcher. Like, what if he just... He's a $100 million pitcher on the Dodgers, surrounded by the best Japanese players in the world, and we know he has a rotation spot to start the year. Like, how much of a different bet is it than Emmett Sheehan? Like, truly, how different is it? All right, let's start thinking about what we can do here. We have no Angel backstack. So, I mean, if we want our whole lineup to light up in green, we're going to take an Angel, or we're going to take a Kansas City Royal. Beavers fits the stacking idea. Collins and Lane Thompson fit it. Sorry, Lane Thomas. I keep saying Lane Thompson. Josh Lowe is like the safest, I guess. And you put Josh Lowe with Joe Adele. They could hit beside each other a good amount. Jesus Sanchez completes the super Toronto stack. What do you guys think? Or we could take Mad Max again. Or easy. No. All right. Let's do it. Let's take Collins. Collins leads off instead of Jonathan India. Collins plays the outfield. They've been searching for outfielders for ages. So we don't have to worry about Drew Waters anymore. Kyle Isbell. All these guys that we've been stacking with Bobby Witt for years that we're just like, why the hell are we doing this? Isaac Collins takes the job and runs with it. I think that was smarter. I mean, when you spend the draft capital that we spent on infield, I don't think you want a 6th. Like Bobby Witt, Vlad, and Manny Machado should fill our infield every damn time. And then the combination of Chapman, Barger, Jackson Holiday should be enough for a flex spot, right? Like Matt Chapman's a beacon of health, plays every damn day. Like that kind of vibe, right? Our outfield is far more dicey than our infield. And maybe Isaac Collins doesn't solve that problem for us, but it feels half decent. Andrew Abbott, former All-Star and opening day starter, is just available in the 20th round. Evan Carter, I like that. That feels good. I kind of pumped the brakes a little bit on Jordan Walker, but Jordan Walker homered yesterday. Nice to see, finally. Caleb Durbin's a really good pick. Spencer Steer used to be a top 5 round pick. Max Muncy's a really good last round stack. I like this. Lourdes Gurriel feels fine too. All right, guys. 767. Reagans, Ryan, Gallen, Shota, Jose Soriano, Kota Sangai, Mick Abel. Not bad. Definitely need Reagans and Joe Ryan to carry this staff. And then we need 1 or 2 of the innings eaters to overperform. And then we need a Mick Abel breakout. I would say the pitching staff is like a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Infield, Bobby Witt, Vlad, Manny, Chapman, Jackson Holiday, Addison Barger. In hindsight, maybe passing on Holiday and then taking like Adley Rutschman in the second to last round and getting a pitcher in the Jackson Holiday spot would make this team better. But this is a 10 out of 10 infield. This is a 10 out of 10 infield when you spend 3 of your first 5 picks on infield. Outfield, Jackson Morrell, George Springer, Joe Adell, Varsho, Cowser, Young Ho Lee, Isaac Collins. Extremely high variance in the outfield. Not bad. Yeah, could have done it with Tyler O'Neill as well there. Tyler O'Neill would have been kind of like my chalk decision because I've done a ton of Tyler O'Neill. Tyler O'Neill went in this draft prior to. JJ Weatherholt went in this one, which is just an interesting guy who made the team. He's 23 years old. It's still probably a bad team, but I do want to get a couple card stacks in. Lars Nootbaar is going to start the year on the IL. Completely undraftable right now. I don't have a Justin Crawford share, I don't think yet. I might want 1 or 2 of those when it's all said and done. But like Alec Burleson plus Ivan Herrera or Alec Burleson plus JJ Weatherholt, that's a pretty fun little like last 2-round backstack there. Junior in the chat saying Fangraphs thinks Steer will platoon with Benson. That means Noelvi Marte. So that if that is true, that means Noelvi Marte and JJ Bleday are playing every single day. That means they're playing every single day, and we should be drafting more of them if that's the case. Yeah. Yeah, MC saying low-key JJ Bleday when you finally quit Will Benson. That's true. Bleday got optioned. Okay, there you go. Thank you. All right. Yeah, Steer with Will Benson then. Will Benson is like less prospect pedigree, left-handed Joe Adell, where it's like if you squint, you can see 2020 lives there. The problem is he strikes out 30% of the time and hits below 200. But if you squint, you can be like Will Benson has big time power. What else we got? Noah likes the Cardinals stacks. Ryan saying good luck this season, dog. See you in the daily lobby. Rake is on me. Appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, MC saying that the Royals outfield incompetence needs to be studied. Hopefully that stops with Jack Caglione. You know, hopefully that stops there. Yes, we're going to run the Sims here. We're going to run the S words courtesy of EZ and see where we finished. Last time out, reminding everybody we simmed first place. Let's see what happens with 10,000 iterations of the EZ Sims in a half second here. Platooning is weird now in baseball. Things are getting more NBA in that best guys play and they play wherever. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right, let's run the sim. Launching. All right, here you go. Running 10,000 simulations of the EZ S words. We finished 6th in this one. You hate to see it. Eggers is in 3rd. Hoff 81. Jakey Easy Money in 2nd place. He mopped the floor with us. $33 in EV. Everybody else is turning their $15 into slightly a little bit worse. I'm a projected points bro and a stack There you go. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 teams go 0 pitcher, and somehow I wasn't one of them just because we started with anchor Cole Reagans. I did not expect this team to sim particularly well because of the lack of outfield draft capital. Anytime you start with a 1-3-2, I mean, you usually don't sim all that well, although Hoff proved that thesis wrong. He started the same way we did and printed nonetheless. Our infield scoring isn't as high as you would like it to be when you spend as much capital as we did, but we're pretty balanced throughout. Not terrible. We definitely lost the flex comparative to almost everybody else. Not bad. Yeah, we got mogged by Eggers. We got mogged by Eggers. Yeah, Otani team with an EV of $14 is comedy. It is comedy. We can all agree on that. Yeah, he went 8-3-8 or something like that. All right, interesting question to close here, and something I have been thinking of. Which team is the most stacked combo in the finals? Dodgers are going to be up there. They're going to be chalky. I don't love the Dodgers, playoff schedule because they got to play in some bad ballparks and that sort of thing. But like just in terms of like teams that are routinely stacked and stack every time, Dodgers stack every single time from like 3 different starting positions. They're fighting over Dodgers, right? You get the Tucker team, you get the Otani team, and then you get the Betts Freeman fighting at some point, or you get some combination of Teoscar and Betts fighting over, like that sort of deal. So in a vacuum, LA seems like the team, like the Dodgers, that is, to be like one of the most stacked teams. I think Carroll plus Marte is really like stacked heavily. I think Harper plus Schwarber is stacked very heavily because Harper comes back to the Schwarber drafter a lot, not in this room, but a lot. I think the Athletics are stacked a shit ton as well. And then the other obvious one being Matt saying the Yankees. Yeah, the Yankees get stacked a lot together. Brewers is interesting because Brewers I don't see get stacked a ton outside of just like 3 guys, and it's usually just Willem Contreras being added to the Jackson Chourio team, So there's that. Cubs are up there for sure because there's 3 outfielders that all go in the same little pocket at the top. Athletics, Orioles. Bo Sox are hard. Bo Sox are hard in general because Roman Anthony doesn't fall back to the Duran teams anymore. So the Bo Sox are hard now. You really got to force it. Am I crazy for stacking Reds? Absolutely not. Reds are great, man. We just need that. We need that ballpark to come back to where it was last year. But Reds are really expensive now. Reds used to be like Sal Stewart plus Matt McClain in the last round. Now Reds, once they signed Suarez, like they became really expensive where everyone pushed up, right? So Suarez pushed up and now gets drafted with the LA teams. TJ Friedel is kind of the outfield dead zone, so he's always stacked. People rarely take Friedel on his own. And then McClain and Sal Stewart have basically jumped like 50 points of ADP. So they're all together. So doing some of this Noelvi plus Steer at the end, or just adding on Steer to your Sal Stewart or Noelvi to your Sal Stewart, feels like a good little contrarian wrinkle to it now. Yeah, Wilson Contreras gets tacked on like every single day. You thing to the outfielders at the front there, like Duran plus Roman Anthony plus Wilson Contreras, stuff like that. All right, guys, enjoy drafting your dingers while they're still there. What are we at? 93%. If there are still dingers available in the morning tomorrow, we will draft the dinger. Solo shot is going to fill tonight. We got 97% there. Also waiting on when they drop opening day contests, and then we will get in there tomorrow. So obviously no contest tomorrow for the single game and the Yankees versus Giants tomorrow night, but we will be drafting for Thursday's opening day slate, which will start like early because it's going to be like almost a full day slate there, and then there'll be an after dark slate on Thursday for baseball. So getting ready for that. Obviously still a bunch of hoops to do in the meantime. So yeah, good luck in the hoop streets tonight to everybody. Good luck in your last dingers and solo shots, and then best of luck drafting some opening day stuff. We'll talk about it all tomorrow. We will do some baseball, we will do some basketball, we will do everything tomorrow, but primarily baseball focus tomorrow if the dinger is still up. All right, guys, best of luck this evening. Everybody's favorite time of the show, The end. Peace. Shout out to the solver, Unabated and EZ, DFS.xyz.